Now, Martin Bakole has been sitting out the ring for about 12 months and he hasn't gotten any fights. And there's an interview with I don't remember the guy's name. He works for Sean Zittle, and he made that historic moment of until this day when Deontay Wilder's going crazy, and he made a historic classical meme. He made that meme. He did that interview, and that he's doing this interview with Martin Bakole, and they're going over the reasons why he hasn't had a fight and why he hasn't been inside the ring yet.
This is for me, it's not good. But for business, for money, everyone wants money. Yeah. But for boxing, it's not good for me.
Why do you think you've been fighting 11 years? I mean, just a year ago even, you were considered the boogeyman. And still haven't gotten a title shot. You say you're not getting the fights in London that you want. Why do you think that is?
I think for me, because I'm African. Because if I was not African, I was going to get it. I'm living in the UK 10 years. My kids are born there. But I'm in the UK, I'm top 10. I have a Banchelon. I have a Sky Sport. Why I'm not getting the fight? I always asking myself. I ask my team. But there's no why and a good answer to my question. But all I think is maybe because I'm African.
And Martin Bakole, he's talking about all this shit. Talking about he's the scariest man. He broke Uzyk's nose 2 times. He beat the shit out of Anthony Joshua. All the sparring footage and whatnot. And he's saying that it's kind of weird what he's saying. He's saying that nobody wants to fight him because he's African. And I sort of understand it because Nigerians, West Africans, Ugandans, Kenyans, whatever it's called, they have a different kind of power. They're physical beasts. They're physical beasts. They're genetic monsters. They're almost superhuman. Let me wait for this paneling. But I still don't believe that that is the reason why nobody's fighting this man. If you ask me, it's because he's a 6'6", 6'7". I stop. He's a 6'7", 300-pound, 7-foot range giant that has some mobility when he's in shape. When he's in that mode, when he's trained, when he's cutting the right rate, the right weight, and he is in shape, he's never being defeated. He's a literal giant. He's a literal beast, and he's like Godzilla. You just landing power on you, and he hits like a literal tank, a missile straight to the face. Each and every time he punches, your mind is just, what the hell did I get hit with? And it's insane when he gets hit with that. But also, I feel as if maybe Turki Al-Sheikh is sort of disappointed with his performance because, yes, the Jake Caballel fight, he was kind of on a 7-day notice. Well, he wasn't in the right shape, but he was also like called in very late, and then he goes to a country where like the time zone is flipped around, and though he's in Africa, it's still a different time zone, and so he's hours off. His sleep schedule isn't on the right time zone, and he also wasn't properly trained and prepared for a Jake Caballel, a dude who moves a lot, has insane footwork, and likes to punch to the body a lot, so he wasn't prepared for it properly. But with the Jegba fight, that was undisciplined. He wasn't training in the right way, and he wasn't doing the right things in training camp. It seems like he came out of shape and he wasn't working properly. Therefore, he kind of not got his ass beat, but he couldn't chase Ajagba down, and he couldn't cut off the ring, and he wasn't able to catch him because all of that weight slowed him down. And so he was kind of just marching the entire fight, where Ajagba, he's moving around, he's going in for a jab, and he wasn't able to cut off the ring, corner Ajagba, and therefore he never did what he was supposed to. He never landed out a knockout punch. He did land heavy punches on Ajagba, but it wasn't enough ever. Therefore, The fight ended up being a draw. A lot of people felt like Efe Ajagba was cheated, but he's left with 2 back-to-back bad fights, and that's going on his reputation, making him look terrible. And nobody, oh, I won't say nobody, he is still like one of the greatest people or one of the greatest heavyweights in boxing right now.
Do you regret it at all?
Sometime, but I'm not, because His Excellency promised, and he asked me a favor. I do him a favor. I still have a hope, like you do what he promised me. So I still have a hope, but I don't know what is the plan. Maybe I'll try to call my team, or maybe His Excellency's team. He's a busy man, so if they have a plan for me, but but some people knows boxing. They knows that I do a big favor to the boxing family, but some they're saying like I'm stupid. So maybe it's causing me today, or maybe my way will open up tomorrow. I don't know, but I think it's still crossed.
It just looks bad for his reputation, his resume. And what's next for him? He mentioned Anthony Joshua and waiting for this plane to pass. Now, he mentioned Anthony Joshua. He mentioned Tyson Fury, Usyk, of course. And maybe a Moses Atama, Izzy Torres. Either way, I feel as if he needs to start working his way back up to getting a title shot and being looked towards for that Usyk fight, because Usyk said he only wants 3 fights before he retires. So Martin Bakole has to work his way in to get that title shot, and if he doesn't, that's like a huge opportunity wasted. And I feel as if with Usyk, I feel as if he just needs like a fresh young talent like an Izzy Torres or Moses Atama or Fabio Wardley to kind of prove that he is still that guy. He is still that guy that could knock people out of this ring, punch so hard it knocks you out of the world. He has immaculate power. He's still the scariest heavyweight there ever was. He is still like a George Foreman. He is still the power that can wreck with anybody in the ring. He is still the greatest champion to ever live. And if he can just prove that with not a lower ranked guy, he needs somebody higher ranking, top 5, top 10. He needs somebody up there considered for the title shot, a Daniel Dubois, for instance, just anybody that's top 5. If he can get one of those fights, then he's in for that Usyk championship. So we'll see what comes from this.